Okay, today we will discuss about number system. Chapter number 1, number system. So natural number. Which numbers are natural numbers? Say natural numbers. The counting numbers. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on. These numbers are counting numbers and these numbers are known as the natural number. So the counting numbers are known as natural number, whole number. Whole number, that is natural number including 0. So the natural number including 0 are known as the whole number. So if we add 0 with the natural number, this is the set of natural number. That means the counting numbers are natural number. The set of natural numbers are known as the counting numbers. If we add 0 with the natural number, that means counting numbers, then the new set will become, it is known as the whole number. Now, these are the whole numbers. Now, if we integers are denoted by Z, whole numbers are denoted by W, natural number are denoted by N. Now, integers. If we add the negative numbers of the natural number with the whole number, if we add the negative of natural numbers with the whole number means natural number including 0. If we add negative number of the natural numbers, that means -1, -2, -3 with the whole number, then it will become integers. That means you can see -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. So left side also from 5 it is onwards, that means it will be undefined. That means we can find out the last number. In the same way from negative side, 1, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and so on. So we can't find out the last number. So this set is known as the integers. That means negative natural number, that means negative of counting numbers including whole number is known as the integers. So these are the set of integers. Now here you can see from one right side it is known as natural number, including 0 with natural number is known as whole numbers, and including negative counting numbers, that means left side, total are the integers. Now we need to discuss about rational number. Rational number means, now just notice this number here, -2, then -3, -2 and -1. In between -2 and -1 there are several numbers, and one type of numbers are like -3/2, and between -1 and 0 there will be -half, and several numbers from -1 and 0. The same way 0 to -1, 0 to 1 there are several numbers, but suppose 1/2, and from 1 to 2 there are also several numbers, but here you can see 3/2 is also between 1 and 2. So 3/2 is between 1 and 2, half is between 1 half, we can write between 0 and 1, -half is between -1 and 0, and -3/2 between 2 and -1. So these numbers, that means -3/2, -half, half, 3/2 and so on, these numbers are like fraction. So these are different. That means these numbers are neither natural number nor integer nor whole number. So which type of the name of this number? So what type of numbers are they? So the definition of rational number is that these numbers are actually known as rational numbers. So a number R may be any number. So a number R is called a rational number, if it can be written in the form p/q. So where p and q are integers. So p and q are integers. So and q is not equals to 0. That means here you can see -3/2. That means the value of -3 if we take as p, and 2 if we take as q. So this number can be written in the form p/q. So here in this definition it is said that a number R is called rational number if it can be written in the form p/q, where p and q are integers but q is not equal to 0. So here this is the definition of rational number. Here minus 5. So minus 5 is rational or not? So minus 5 can be written as minus 5 by 1. That means this is in P by Q. So minus 5 is P, suppose P, and 1 is Q. So minus 5 can be written as in P by Q form. So minus 5 also is a rational number, but it is a negative integer. So it is also a rational number. So every integers can be written in the form P by Q. So this will be every integer are rational number. Suppose 6 can be written as 6 by 1. So this is in P by Q form, and Q is not equal to 0. So 6 is also a rational number. So positive integer or negative integer, both are rational numbers. Now what do you think about 0? So 0 can be written as 0 by 1. So that means 0 by 1 is equals to 0 only. So 1, so this 0 can be written in the form P by Q. P is equals to 0 and Q is equals to 1. And you know 0 and 1 are also integers. So P by Q form. So 0 can be written in the form P by Q. So 0 is also a rational number. Now suppose minus 9 by 15. So it is also in P by Q form. And also same way 225 by 177. This is also in P by Q form. So this is also known as rational number. Now irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. In between natural numbers or in between integers, there are several numbers and they are rational and irrational. Now irrational number. Which numbers are known as irrational numbers? A number is called irrational if it cannot be written in the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Now rational number, we know if any number can be written in the form P by Q, that will be rational numbers. And irrational number which cannot be written in the form P by Q, that means those numbers are said to be rational numbers which cannot be represented in the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Like for example root 2. So root 2 cannot be written in the form P by Q. Root 3 cannot be written in the form P by Q. And root 5 cannot be written in the form P by Q. So these are irrational numbers. And pi, value of pi is also irrational numbers. That means it cannot be written in the form P by Q. Even we can write pi equal to 22 by 7. Pi is equals to 22 by 7. We know that the value of pi is equals to 22 by 7. That means you can see that these are in P by Q form, but then also it cannot be then also pi is not a rational number, because this is not the approximate value of pi, actual value of pi. This is approximate value. That means by taking round off, this is approximate value. For calculation we are applying this pi, value of pi is 22 by 7. Okay, one more number you can see, one more type of number, 0.010 110 111 111 4 times 1, then 0 and so on. This number is neither terminating nor repeating. So this number cannot be represented in the form P by Q. So that's why this number also is a irrational number. This number is also an irrational number. So the numbers which cannot be represented in the form P by Q, those numbers are known as irrational numbers. So these are the examples we can't represent in the form P by Q. That's why these numbers are known as irrational number. Now we know that the rational numbers we can locate in number lines. We already discussed we already placed the rational number in number line in class 8. Now we need to locate the irrational number, that means root 3 or root 2 or root 5, that are irrational number. And now we need to locate this irrational number on number line. That means all numbers, rational, irrational, natural, integers, all can be represented on number line. But in class 8 we already represent the rational number and counting numbers in number line. But in this section we will discuss how to represent an irrational number on number line. Now we need to apply here locate root 3 on the number line. So for that, first we need to take a number line, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Now we need to take 1 unit. 1 unit means 1 unit distance. So from 0 to 1, 0 we will give a name as O, and the point 1 we will give a name A. So OA, the distance OA equal to 1 unit. This will be 1 unit. You can take in 1 centimeter, like that. So 0 to A, O to A, that means 0 to 1, that is 1 unit distance. So we'll denote A, 0 as O and 1 as A. Now the second step, we will draw a perpendicular. You know how to draw perpendicular? You can use protector or a compass, any way. So draw a perpendicular at draw a perpendicular line at the point A, that means 1. So perpendicular we have to take, and this is the perpendicular line, that means AB is perpendicular on the number line, and this angle is 90. Now we need to cut, we need to measure 1 unit here. So this is 1 unit, and we need to cut from here. So it will be B. You can see B. So AB is also 1 unit, OA 1 unit, and AB 1 unit. So now we need to join OB. If we join OB, now you can see that OAB is a triangle, and this triangle is right angle triangle because of angle A is 90. So we can apply Pythagoras theorem, and we know that in a Pythagoras theorem it is said that the hypotenuse, this is the perpendicular line, and this is angle 90, so this OB will be the hypotenuse. Then Pythagoras theorem says that hypotenuse square is equals to the base square plus perpendicular square. So we can write hypotenuse square, that means OB square is equals to base square, means OA square, plus perpendicular square AB square. So AB square. So OB square is equals to OA square plus AB square. Now OA, value of OA we have taken as 1 unit, and OB also we have taken as 1 unit. Now we need to put, so OA equal to 1, so 1 square, AB equal to 1, that's why 1 square. Oh, sorry, this is AB, not OB. This is actually AB. This is AB. Now 1 square plus 1 square, that means 1 plus 1, 2. Now if we send this root square OB right side, so it will become root 2. So that means the length OB, we have find out OB equal to root 2. That means OB equal to root 2. This is root 2. Now we need to measure this root 2. That means OB, we need to measure OB. This length is root 2. So we need to measure, and we need to cut from number line. So this is, if we cut here, so this is the, if we cut like this, so it will be root 3. This length will be sorry, not root 3, root 2. This will be root 2. So O, this will be P. We can denote this point P. That means O to P, this length is root 2. So this is the place P, and the point is the value of root 3. So we can represent root 2 in the number line in this way. Now for the second step, third step. Now for the third step. In third step, we have completed till this OAB triangle. Now again we need to take a perpendicular line at the point B. You know, you can use compass or protector. So you can draw, we are drawing a perpendicular line on OB. On the line OB we need to draw a perpendicular line, that is BC. We have drawn BC. So BC is perpendicular to OB. Then again we need to measure 1 unit here. So 1 unit we need to take as measurement. This is 1 unit. We need to measure 1 unit, and this is 1 unit we have taken as before. And from B, on this perpendicular line BC, we have to cut 1 unit more. So in this way we cut. So this point will be C. Now we need to join O to C. Now as OBC, this will be again a right angle triangle, because angle B is 90 we have taken. So triangle OBC, B is 90, so this will be right angle triangle. Again we can apply Pythagoras theorem, but here OB equal to root 3 we have proved before. OB equal to root 2, OB equal to root 2, as before we have already proved. So OB is equals to root 2, and BC we have measured, we can measure 1 unit, and we already cut from BC this perpendicular line. So BC equal to 1 unit. Now we can apply Pythagoras theorem for triangle OBC. So OC is the hypotenuse, so hypotenuse square, OB is the base, so OB square plus BC square, BC is the perpendicular height. So we need to put the values of OB and BC. So OB equal to root 2, so root 2 square, and BC equal to 1, so 1 square. So root 2 square means 2 and 1 square means 1. So 2 plus 1 equal to 3. OC square equals to 3. So OC equal to, if we take root 2 from left side to right side, so it will become root 3. So OC equal to root 3. Now the measurement OC, the length of OC is root 3. Now we need to measure by the compass this length from O to C. We will measure O to C, that means this length is root 3. Now as before we have cut root 2, we need to cut root 3. So we are cutting here root 3. This point will be Q. Then this place, this is the place of root 3. So in this way we can locate root 3 on number line.